the She Loves to Plan podcast, the podcast for the time-poor entrepreneur, the business owner spinning too many plates, and the business mum who wants to feel more successful, more accomplished, and more organised, all whilst building a profitable business. I'm Monique Svensson, founder of Perfect Planner Company and planning enthusiast, and I'm going to be sharing with you my planning hacks, goal-setting strategies, time management tips and tricks, and secrets to success. Every goal needs a plan, and I'm here to help you. Time is the most precious thing we have, and I'm going to show you how to get more of it in your busy life. No more winging it, no more feeling unaccomplished. Let's get planning, let's smash our goals, and let's build the business of our dreams, because she loves to plan. Hello and welcome to the first episode of the She Loves to Plan podcast. I'm so excited to be here today. I've got to tell you, this has been a long time coming, a long time planning and a lot of organisation. And I'm sat here actually in a fabulous studios in Liverpool. And I came here today, and I'm going to tell you already, slightly ironic that I thought, oh God, I'm not organised enough. I haven't done enough prep. And the title of this podcast is She Loves to Plan. Anyway, when I turned up today at the studio with my graphics and my music and all of my notes, I was told by the fabulous producer, Jacob, who sat to the left of me, that actually I'm pretty organised. So I'm actually really pleased, and it gives me great pleasure to bring this podcast to you today. I'm going to be talking about my planning hacks, tips, tricks, and lots of sort of time management stuff. We're going to talk about mum stuff. We're going to talk business stuff, and it's going to be a great podcast series for you. So I'd love to know if you feel like this. Are you a busy mum, time-starved entrepreneur? You're feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, like you're winging it on a day-to-day basis in both life and business. Well, if you do feel like that, then this podcast is most definitely for you. Juggling all the balls is really hard, and I know this. I've been there. I do it myself, and actually, if I'm really honest with you, I still actually do this on a daily basis. You know, life can be really tough. I've got a busy family, kids, a business. I just recently decided to bring a menace of a dog into our life who has kept us on our toes no end. So I will bring you some tales of Joey, the menace dog, as well. And life is really busy. We do juggle a lot of balls. We do spin a lot of plates. So life is busy. And I want to fit in time. I want to run my business successfully. I want to spend time with my kids. I want to spend time with the other fabulous person in my life, who I will talk about on this podcast, who is Mr. Perfect Planner himself, my husband, drummer, and generally all-round fabulous person. I'm a firm believer in advanced planning. I'm a forward thinker. I'm that kind of person. And I really love to plan and get things organised. But at the same time, during this sort of hectic life that we have, sometimes things go a little bit out of our control, and it can feel extremely overwhelming. With this podcast series, She Loves to Plan, I really want to help you to regain that control in both your business and your personal life, so that you can spend time doing the things that you actually really want to be doing, being it with your family, with kids, with friends, with colleagues, going out for drinks, hobbies, or just binge watching Netflix. All you need is a plan. And I promise you that if you've got a great plan, you can go out, take action that you need to take, and then anything is possible. When we start out in business, there's a real misconception that we have to work all the hours. You need to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You need to be working till midnight. And certainly when I first started in business, I really remember somebody saying to me, you know, you need to give up television. You need to give up spending time with your friends. And it didn't sit right with me. I thought, hang on a minute. I went into business so I could spend more time with the people that I love and doing the things that I love. That's exactly why I went into business in the first place. Balance is something that we all strive for, and it's something that we want to build a happy and fulfilled lives. So many of us go into business for these very reasons, yet somehow things get lost along the way and we spend way too much time probably working way too hard, and the balance is completely wrong. So we need to learn how to get the time back. We need to learn how to work smarter, not harder, be more productive, and be really, really clever with the time that we have. You've probably heard this 1,000 times before. We all have the same 24 hours in the day, but it's how you use them that counts. So what are we going to learn from this podcast? I think when people think about planning, they think about to-do lists, and I absolutely love to-do lists, don't get me wrong, but there is way more to planning than that. I'll agree, there is mass satisfaction in ticking something off. And I probably have way more to-do lists than anybody actually should. But it goes beyond that. I think when we have goals, when we have things that we want to achieve, whether it be in business or any aspect of our life, we do need a plan. Let's think about it. I mean, just as an example, if you want to go out there and you want to get fit, you can't just go out there, go to the gym and be fit the next day. You actually do need to create a plan and think, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times this week. And gradually that builds up. It's just part of a plan that we have to have. And the same applies whether it's in business or any area of your life. So over time, we're going to be talking about planning, whether it is planning for fitness, planning for weight loss, whether it's planning Christmas, whether it's planning school holidays, whether it's planning summer holidays. That's a great one that we've got coming up, whether it's planning your self-care, and the list goes on and on. So over time, we are going to talk about routines. We're going to be talking about structure. We're going to be talking about organisation. We are going to be talking about every single element that forms part of a plan for your business and for your personal life as well. Because I believe that whilst we might run a business, whilst we might be busy entrepreneurs, our home life does come into this. This is all part of the balance that we're striving for. It's part of the balance that we actually want to achieve. So I do hope that you will listen to this podcast every single week, and that you maybe will grab some golden nuggets along the way and learn from me. I'm also going to have some amazing guests on as well that are going to really help us in everything planning. So what can you expect from me? Well, we are going to be having an episode each and every week. One of the things I actually really do talk about in business is consistency. And I think consistency and visibility. And so it's showing up in your business every single week. It's making a commitment, or every single day, whatever that is to you. And I absolutely do believe in consistency. So you will be seeing me every single week for the She Loves to Plan podcast. I do want to lead by example. The things that I'm going to be talking to you about, I put into practice myself, and I would love you to put them into practice too. The episodes are going to be short and sweet. I don't believe in talking to you for too long. I know we're all busy, and that is the whole point of this, that we are busy. So I don't want to sit here and talk to you about something, going over and over the same thing for an hour. I'm going to keep it short, sweet, to the point, so that you can go out there and you can get on with your day. So we're hoping for episodes somewhere between 10, 15 minutes maybe. You can listen to them on the commute, on the way to the gym, walking the dog, whatever it might be, but it needs to fit into your busy life. And as you may have heard from the music in this intro, I really want to keep it high energy, high vibe. I want you to listen to this, feel motivated, feel inspired, ready to go out there, accomplish all your goals, smash your business, and have the most amazing day once you've listened to this. This is me. I'll be keeping it real the whole way. throughout this podcast. So I plan on being really honest with you, really real. Sometimes, it might be a bit close to the bone, but that's, I don't want to bore you. So I want to keep you amused and entertained for the 10, 15 minutes that I'm with you every single day. So before I sign off from this episode today, I probably should tell you a little bit about who I am so you can really understand why I have such a love for planning and why I'm so enthusiastic about it. So my background is from the theatrical and events industry, and I worked as a stage manager for about 25 years, I think, working in the West End on some really big shows. And also once I had my daughter, moved into corporate events, working for some amazing companies on amazing shows, from car launches to product launches to, as I was just telling the producer, to taking Bear Grylls in a golf buggy just before he went on a helicopter. I've done some amazing things and organised some amazing shows. And I'm really, really lucky. And it's something that I was extremely passionate about and just absolutely adored. But like everything, when I had my daughter, I couldn't really sustain that level of work anymore. I needed something else. So I went out to look for my own business. I've always been really, really entrepreneurial. And along the way, I've come up with so many ideas. It's been ridiculous. But I had a magazine company, and I actually launched a children's magazine many, many years ago. I've delivered everything through people's doors. I've sold double glazing. I'm trying to think. I had businesses where I sold clothes. I've done all sorts of things. I just always had that entrepreneurial streak and knew that I wanted to do something. Once I had my daughter, probably, I think this would be just a little over 10 years ago, I was looking for something else, and I fell into a business called network marketing, which is really where my entrepreneurial journey started. When I started in that business, I realised that you get taught about the business, and I don't know anybody listening to this really understands network marketing. I know that a lot of my followers already come from that network marketing side of things, and it's it is a great business. The business model and the business structure is brilliant, but it doesn't work for everybody. But what I do believe that network marketing gives you is the courage to go out there and do things for yourself, to realise that there is another way. And that's exactly what it did for me. It just gave me the courage and the motivation to actually have the balls to go out there and start my own business. So I did. So Perfect Planner Company was born, and we're 5 years old this September, which is amazing. And we create planners now for busy entrepreneurs and for network marketers. And over the years, we have expanded our range into beautiful stationery. We do have to-do lists, plenty of to-do lists. We have all sorts of planning pads. We have desk pads. We have diaries. We have journals, pens, pencils, you name it. Anything for that stationery geek, we've got it out there. We've got something for everybody. But, getting to this point was, it was a challenge. But when I started back in network marketing, I thought, what am I going to do? I knew, again, that entrepreneurial streak was still there. There was something in me that was saying, do more, do more, do more. So when I really looked at it, and I realised, again, I had a real love of stationery, planners, journals, that kind of thing. I took all that organisation, all that sort of love of planning and rotas and scheduling and admin that had come from those theatre days, everything that I absolutely loved about that side of things, because it was to organise sometimes companies of 100+ people. If you think about everything and the mechanics that go on backstage, you've got costume, you've got a wardrobe department, you've got a sound department, a lighting department, a stage management department. You'd have automation. You know, there were so many different moving parts. When you watch a theatre show, for example, when you're watching it from the audience and the curtain goes out, you see a seamless piece of theatre. But what's going on behind it is an extremely well choreographed dance almost of just people doing their thing and it all working perfectly in time with each other. The planning of it has to be spot on. And it comes down to sort of almost by the minute timing, because if you don't do that, somebody actually could get hurt. There could be an accident and things can go wrong. And you just don't want that. The audience that are watching a show, they can't watch something and it all go wrong. It would be awful. So we have to make it right. And so I realised that with that meticulous planning and that meticulous organisation that kind of came from that theatre, I could put that into my business. So I took the love of stationery that I had and the love of planning, and I created now what is Perfect Planner Company. And I've got a very, very active Facebook group, the She Loves to Plan Business Lounge, and we talk about all things planning in there, because I realised that there were a lot more people out there that are just like me, that just love planning, that just want to be organised, that want to have that feeling of calm that organisation gives you, because we don't always want to be winging it. Sometimes it's necessary, not always, but we want to have that feeling of calm, of reflection. And when we do that, that brings about so many other happy kind of areas and happy thoughts into our lives. So that is what this podcast is about. That is who I am. Thank you so much for listening to episode 1 of the She Loves to Plan podcast. I'm going to be taking you, as I said, on a great journey of planning, organisation, and all sorts of things as we go through this journey together. I do hope you'll come back and listen again to episode 2. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this podcast today, why not hit subscribe? Also, we do give away a product each and every single Monday. All you need to do is take a screenshot of either you watching this or listening to this podcast and share it to Instagram stories. Tag us at perfectplanner.company. Everybody that enters each and every single week will get put into a draw, and on Monday we will announce a winner and you can win a product of your choice from our Perfect Planner Company store. Also, if you love Facebook and you want to get even more value from me, do please come and join us in the She Loves to Plan Business Lounge, and you'll find us hanging out over there. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tell all your friends about the She Loves to Plan podcast. You can find us on all of the podcast platforms. Thanks for listening.